Okay, now I want to try something else because it's working really well. I want to go a little a little crazy with it. Um, First board view, character's distance normally is 5. So I'll just set it as 5. Right? But let's try 3. What is going to happen with 3? Isn't that neat? These coordinates here are very, very, like, they're not on the edge of anything. So they're very much the closest ones, these ones here. These ones here are getting into the, like, the in between two, but it works. It also does a nice little pattern, which is cool. What about, let's try 5. Let's go. Let's try it. There's no gameplay use for it at all because the player can't choose specifically what he wants. But, you know, it's kind of cool. Let me just go a little slower here. Get them all in. That's what it does. Using angles, there is an angle for each one of these, and it'll choose the closest one. Yeah. That's cool, isn't it? Now, I think what could be kind of cool too, in terms of, see, now I could expand the functionality of this a bit more. It works well when there's one tile, right? But maybe, am I there yet? I'm thinking, like, say I want to have a ring, a distance ring. See, I'm saying choose closest, but I might want to have the actual rings to be 4 away. That would be kind of cool, wouldn't it? It wouldn't be hard to do either. I'm already filtering by distance. So I could just filter by distance. Nearest. I could filter by distance specific. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wouldn't that be cool? I think that'd be pretty cool. Let's try something. Battle controller. These functionalities, these list functionalities, might need to go into the board system. I think they should go in the search function. I'll do an override, I think. Or, see, I should be able to, yeah. Because there's a lot of things, and maybe I don't want it in the search function. Like, I was thinking of doing, I'll tell you what I was thinking of doing. I was thinking of being able to do range search. See, from tile and how far out. And then maybe have another variable. And then maybe have another variable like condition. Like, you know, like you could have this taken different groups of different parameters and it would spit it out. But I think having to accommodate different solutions, like it might be too complicated to think of everything. The range search is fine because the range search I could say, hey, just grab everything within 5, right? And then what I could do is I could take this adjacent tile list and I could now say, I could filter. I could do get aspect board system filter, filter tiles for the ones that are 5 away. I think that's what I'm going to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do that straight up. I'm going to do that right here. So let's do adjacent tiles. See, the name now is not quite right for it anymore. Adjacent tiles. But whatever, I'll use it for now. Equals. And instead of range search, I'm going to do something called filter range. And then what I'm going to do, or I'm going to do distance is the actual name of the variable, filter. And what I'm going to want to do is I'm going to want to so I could say everything that's 4 away, which is fine, but what if I want a range? Like if I want everything that's 2 to 4 away, right? So I could say I'll do 4, 4, and it'll be nearest furthest. And if I want the same thing, just put the same value. If I want it specifically 4 away. I think that kind of makes sense to me. Or I could have an override where 4 is just, you get that one. But if I have 2 values, yeah, I think that could work too. So distance, I want everything that's 4 away. I'll save that. I'm going to copy this. I'm going to go to range search because I'm going to put it right next to it. And it's going to be a public list of tiles. And it's going to be called that paste. And I'm going to take in a tile. I'm going to take in a list of tiles. And I'm going to call it tile list. Or I'll just call it source list. Source list. And then I'm going to take in the distance, which is actually, I believe, an int. Distance. Do I want to? No, I'll just do that one for now. Okay. And I'm going to have a return value. Let me just. And then I'll just return value. And then I'm going to, for each, next, it's not really that complicated actually, I don't need to, for each, well, what I'll do is I'll do a for each tile in, for each tile t in source list, right? If t dot distance equals distance. Then return value dot add t. Can't be any simpler than that. And it'll be really easy just to sort of check a range, right? Like if I wanted to like, I could do cones and things. Wouldn't that be neat? All right, cool. Yeah, that won't be hard to expand in the future. I want to try this. Distance filter. Why is it not? There's no argument given in the report system. Oh, I didn't send this in. There. That's all there is to it. The whole thing should work. Let's try it. Isn't that neat? And the feeling is still really good. Like it's really good. Like I don't have to worry. Let me screen this bigger a little bit there. Right, I'm gonna get a little closer. Zoom in maybe a bit. All right, let's select that unit. Like it's not, that feeling is good. If I start rotating the camera a bit, like I know what I need to do. It feels really intuitive for me to say, hey, I want to grab that one, or grab this one. That's nice. Yeah, that feels pretty good. Now, you know what would be a lot of fun? Is if this was like some sort of AoE, right? And like an AoE that targets 4 squares away. It targets 4 squares away and does a radius of like 3 damage or something. And that the whole spot of where it's going to hit is highlighted. So like I could just, from here, this is the new point, and then everything around it. What's this? This is 1, this is 2. What can get really big, eh? I could just do the 1 or the 2 around it. Some sort of bomb or something. Like an oil bomb or a Molotov, and then all the tile units get the status effect of fire or something on it, you know? That would be cool. But this feeling right here is really nice. Even when it's pretty small, like you'd think it being so small that it would feel like the resolution is too small, like too high for it to feel good with the joystick. But I feel pretty confident, like if I want this corner there, that's straight up. If I want the middle one down here, boom. Boom, middle ones, middle one, middle one, middle one, middle one, middle one. It feels pretty good. If I want the actual corners, I can get it pretty good. The further out it would go, the probably harder it would be, right? If I do another search, let's try something. Let's do a search for something that's 8 out, and I want the 8th ring in a sense. Distance filter 8. Let's get it really far. Like this is gonna be like super far. See how the resolution feels. It's not bad actually. Hold on. I'm getting a little bit tight with it, but you know, it's not that bad really. Corner, 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 corner. Oh, that's not bad. Corner, corner, corner. Yeah, middle, 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 middle. That looks like the middle. I can't really see which one is the middle. And middle. Wow. Good functionality. Good functionality. That feels pretty darn nice. What else can I do? If I have this one highlighted, I'd like to be able to highlight all of the other ones around it. Wouldn't that be cool? Let's try it and see. Let's try it and see. Now, I'm putting everything in this state, but I'm going to have to pull these apart and give them sort of their own functionality in their own place. And when I need them, I could use them. But right now, I'm just kind of throwing everything in this one like master area of a script because it's already all put together. And it's easy just to add. So let's see. It would be at the very end, right here. You see, I've already, at this point here, what I've done is I've essentially, this is the one that I have highlighted. So what I want to do now is I want to do another search. Let me find it. Here. We're going to create a new list. Actually, it could be adjacent tiles because I don't even use that anymore. I'll just keep the same name. It doesn't matter. Adjacent tiles. On enter. I set that up on enter. I think it'll still work. Let's try it. I want to get a range. The range I want to use is the center of that is going to be this one. And the range is going to be, oh, it wants a tile, not a tile view. Okay, that's fine. Range from this is going to be 1. And what I want to do is I want to get I need to send it a tile, so I'm just going to grab the, where's the on enter? Not the movement, the board system. Oh, the selected unit.tile. This has to have a get tile. Board system.getTile. Must have a get tile, board system. Get tile. Get tile, yes, good. So too many scripts, getting lost. Okay, so what I want to do here is that's fine. I want to still get the owner game board. Copy that. That get tile. Dot point. And then what I want to do is I want to highlight. I'll make it red. Wouldn't that be cool? Oh yeah, but see, I have a interesting. See, the whole color thing is not cool right now, but what I would do basically is in the board view, I want a color. I'm going to say color. We'll do damage area. AOE, area of damage, area of effect, AOE color, I guess. Area of effect. New color. Let's just do pure red right now. I'm not gonna go look up a color. Whoops. Let's try that. And AOE color. What I want to do is I want to do like a. It's gonna be like a thing where I'm searching through it. Highlighted tile. There has to be a spot here where it takes in a list tiles here. Select tiles. Selected tiles. Show movement tiles. This is all list stuff. All this stuff has to change. Show traverse path. So this is all list stuff. I'm gonna do one of these. This. And we'll just do show AOE color. And for each tile and tiles, why is that complaining? Really? But it's a function. Show AOE color. Oh, that's a material I'm doing. Oh, I'm changing the material on those ones. It's wild. Renderer.color. No, material.color equals AOE color. And movement range equals true. Okay. This. There we go. Wait. The board view is taking tiles? But it's the board view. For each tile and tile. Oh yeah, okay. I'm getting the game object here. Alright, my brain is a little... Alright. Now this is going to work, but it's not going to make it disappear. It's going to always stay red. Let's try it. Whoa. Now I know why this is happening. It's because I wanted to try and reuse. Where is it? Yeah, I wanted to try and reuse the adjacent tiles, but that's not going to work. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do new, no, I'm going to do list list of tiles. Wait. Tile. And it's going to be called AOE tiles. And it's going to be a new list. Actually, I don't need to do that because I don't think I need to do that with tiles. I need to do that with tile views. Let's try this and see. Oh, yes, sir. What's my frame rate like? Ooh, it's really hurting. Wow, that hurts the frame rate. Whoa, that's not good. It's not good because I know why it's doing that. That's really bad for the frame rate. Wow, I'm going, see here I'm at 100, which is already very low. Why is it not staying red? What's causing it to change? It's when I go fast. It's weird, eh? Anyways, yeah, the reason why my frame rates are going low here is because it's the individual tiles. Each of those tiles are individual meshes, and I'm cycling through all those meshes, all those game objects. All of this here, wait a minute, where is it? Here. Like when I'm going in here, board view, and I'm looking at these, and I'm going through lists and lists and lists and lists and lists, every single time, every frame, every update when I'm moving that joystick. It's brutal. It's brutal. And you don't want to be accessing a bunch of game objects like that so much. Like, I could kill my frame rate. Like, this is a relatively small map. Right? It's really not that big. Like, I'd like for them to be ginormous, right? Now, one thing I cannot do, I could probably get away with it data, but if I start giving them data views, these rectangles, like that's what happens. It's not if I do and I think, it's if I do this, I've done it, make all these visual things show up, tanks my frame rate. I'm not even performing any operations. It's just because all these things too, they do draw calls. Each individual one is a draw call. Where is it? Batches, graphics, CPU, screen. Anyways, there's a way to see the draw call here. I'm just maybe I'm blind right now. Shadow casters, set pastel. But point is that this cannot happen. What I should be doing instead of changing all these individual game objects to a different color is have a decal or something, or another one game object that just moves in space. I could take that one game object, make it like 3 wide or 1 wide or whatever I need to do, the correct size I need it, scale it or whatever, and I could move that around and whip it around the world as much as I want, no problem. It's still one object. This, though, is that's my frame rates. But it's still fun to see, and I'm also noticing that is really painful. I would like to do something else. And I'm really making this messy as hell. But I am going to reset. I'm also going to reset it so it's not red everywhere. De-highlighted tile. Tile view, in movement range. De-highlight tile. That should, ooh, that's a P. I want to list. Selected tile, deselected tile. Yeah, let's do that first. AOE, actually, that changes the material, but not the color. I'm a little thrown off because I'm using color down here. Movement tiles. Did I not say that? Movement tiles. I seem to have, see, I had a bunch of colors and I was using colors, but I have also made materials. And I think I did the colors and then I switched it to materials and I updated everything for materials and I left the colors here, and because I'm back into this, it's been a little while, I started using colors again. But I decided somewhere I was going to do materials. Anyways, this is all of it is temporary. Thinking. I wonder what would happen if I just did show traverse path, no, movement tiles, hide player current unit, movement tiles. What if I went into battle controller before I changed the color of this thing? I did this, and I did, you know, the whole thing. I never end up using it, so is there enter? The whole thing. I don't know if that'll work though, because it's material. I've been changing the material, the colors, not the materials. And the one I'm trying to do it with now is material. Oh, don't crash. Come on. Shit, I think it's crashing. Damn it. Yeah, it kind of works. I'm not sure why the center one is not working. And all the other ones, oh, because, yeah. The ones I'm resetting, the center ones, those are the only ones I've ever searched for. The radius is doing an additional search outside of those, so I have to create an entirely new list. But yeah, you know, I mean, you get the idea. It's kind of working. And I can't keep doing this. I'll have to think about what I'm going to do, because I want to keep it looking like a prototype, and I don't want to start getting into like graphic stuff. And the idea of being able to change the colors is nice for prototypes. But those frame rates, whoa, let's try something. I'm not even gonna touch anything. I am right now at very low frame rates, surprisingly. I'm at 83, it's very low. I think yesterday my stuff I was working on, I was still at 120, 110. I just did that. I'm still at the same amount of frame rates, 85 say average. And now 50. I let go of the joystick, 85. Touch the joystick, hold on to the joystick, don't move it, just hold on to it. Update every frame. I'm at 50, a little under 50. I start going crazy like this, I'm a little under 50. The problem is the update of the joystick. I also don't check if it's already, you know, you could check like, hey, is it already like that? Because if it is, you could avoid all these things. I just do it every single frame, all of it. But yeah, that's optimization. But I'm gonna want to optimize as I go. And I do like, I don't know, I might clean this up even more. I know it's just not working right now, but I'd like to see it working, you know. And I could start playing with like giving myself some more ability stuff, like abilities, ways to be able to interact with the map. You know what I mean? There's a lot of things that need to be done. Make it work with the joystick pretty good, right? This is what I'm doing now. Make it work with the mouse, and maybe even get it working with the touchscreen. I think that would be important. And also, I'm gonna eventually need to start thinking about tiles on top of tiles. So if I have in this specific tile grid here, I'll show you what I mean. Tile here, but I also have another, oh, did I not duplicate that? I also have another one right above it, like that. Same spot, right? It's not moving around like this. It's just going up and down through it. Same spot, but higher elevation. Because what I could do with that is I could start having overhangs, right? I could start having overhangs. Another thing I could start doing, right? Overhangs, let me see for a second. Overhangs. Ugh, I can't. Overhangs and basically slope, right? Because your characters can't jump too high, right? Like this. God damn it. Like this. Like this. And like this. Stuff, right? And these ones here could be solid. And solid, and then some of these here could be actual overhangs. So the point is I could be underneath here, but I could still select on top, right? So if I'm here and I select a character that's here and I push this way because I want him to go this way, I need to be able to select the one that's on the same level playing field. I don't want it to select the one down here when he's up here. So there's going to be the same thing that we did with the search with the arrow, right? And then I do a filter for the distance is going to be a filter for the nearest height, right? And is it also going to be And it could be weapon range, character range, based on all sorts of different things. So yeah, and so the controller. Let's say there is a situation where a character is able to move in his his, where he could get up to a here or down here, right? I think there needs to be a way. Let's say it's like if it's like this one here where it slowly ramps up to it. I think it would be natural if I were to select it going this way. It would choose the closest one, and it would kind of choose automatically the one that would makes the most sense. But if it's a situation where it's like, hey, there's not that much of a ramp, and there's a lot of like, you want to be able to basically have an ability to switch between. Duplicate this one. I got this one selected right now because I'm in this coordinate, minus 10, 12. But minus 10, 12 is the same coordinate of the one on top. And I want to be able to switch between the two. Is a short way of saying what I'm trying to say. Because there might be a reason for that. So yeah. But yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, cool stuff. All right.